Yes, good morning, all of you. Now we can have this pronunciation of plurals, not only plurals but apostrophes, then singular markers, that is comes, goes, all these things. So we add S, that is ES, to get plurals. Books, book, we add S to get plural. Then church, we add ES to get plural. Now we can see what are the pronunciation of these plurals. Not only that, there is boy, apostrophe S, boys, boys school, boys umbrella, when we say that, it is apostrophe S. Then we won't say he come, but we say he comes. So in all these cases we add S or ES or apostrophe S or S. So we can see what are the pronunciation of these plurals, apostrophe S, and also third person singular present tense, that is Marcus. He comes, he goes. So that is we get some rules about that. So the suffix that is added after the base or root here, S or apostrophe S, then singular, there is a verb comes, you say comes. So for all these things, the pronunciation is S. That is after S, S, or apostrophe S, or in the verb comes, goes. So for this pronunciation of all these, some of this is S after, if the word ends or the root ends in voiceless sounds. When we say books, this is called the root. To this we add S, books. So it is called a root. When we add ES, church, we add ES, church is the root of that word. So the suffix is attached to the root here. In this case, S, in this case, ES. So here, S is this plural or apostrophe S, or this verb, we add S to the verb. Pronunciation is S. If the root ends in voiceless sounds. Voiced sounds are there, voiceless consonants are there. All vowels are voiced, and there are some voiced consonants also. That is, look at book. K is a voiceless sound. K is a voiceless sound, so we add books. So this pronunciation is this, books. So this is pronounced as S because the root ends in a voiceless sound. Books. Then cap, caps, it is cap, then S, caps, because P is a voiceless sound. P voiced, P P voiceless, K voiced, G voiceless. So then speaks, he speaks in a loud voice. That is the third person present tense singular. We add S. So it is speaks because K is a voiceless sound. Then apostrophe is cats. There is no apostrophe in transcription. Don't use apostrophe in transcription. Cats is pronounced as cats. No apostrophe there. But in this case, in spelling we can have apostrophe. But in this case, when we transcribe it to phoneme, then in phonemic transcription there is no apostrophe. It is cats. Tree is a voiceless sound here. So whether it is apostrophe S or the third person singular verb or the plural of these nouns, we can pronounce it as S because if the root ends in voiceless sound. That is first rule. Then all this, that is remember that when we add voiceless, that is S is pronounced after voiceless sound. Not only that, after S and Sh and Ch. These are all voiceless sounds. S voiceless, Sh voiceless, Ch voiceless. But except these voiceless sounds, consonants, that is a plural or third person singular subject, that is verb, then also apostrophe S is pronounced as S. But after this we can have another form that I will say. So except these three voiceless sounds, S is added. Now we can see after voiced sounds, after the root ends in a voiced sound, Z is pronounced. It is pronounced as Z. Except that is word ending in Z and word ending in J. These are also voiced sounds. That is voiced sounds. So Z is pronounced if the root ends in voiced sounds. Except Z and J. These two are also voiced sounds. But after this we can see another form here. Now Z, it is pronounced as plural is pronounced as Z, apostrophe S is pronounced as Z, and third person singular verb is also pronounced as Z. That is bag. Bags. This is bag, so we can pronounce it as bags because G is voiced sound, so Z is added. Then hands. Hang. N is a voiced sound. So hangs. He hangs him. Hangs him. Verb third person singular verb. Then laughs. No, not laughs. Laughs is actually full is a voiceless sound. Then pads. Here pads, because D is voiced sound. So these are all plurals and also this third person singular verb. Then sees. See. Remember that vowels also. After vowels also Z is used. C is a vowel. Vowel are also voiced. All vowels are voiced sounds. So we can see sees. S is used because this is vowel ending in vowel also. A word ending in root ending in vowel also is a voiced sound. S, sees. Plays. This is play. So ends in vowel. Play. Z. He plays tennis. So, plays. Then, laws, L-A-W-S, plural. Law. Law, it is law, vowel, so laws. That is the plural here. Then, pities. Pities. So, E, it is E here, so Z. So, remember that Z is pronounced in plurals, apostrophes, then also in the third person singular verb also. If the root ends in vowels or voiced sounds. If the root ends in voiceless consonants, pronunciation is Z. Then, if the root ends in voiced sounds or vowels, pronunciation is Z. Now we have seen there is other categories, exceptions, Z and J, then S, Sh and Ch earlier. S, then Sh and Ch. Ch here. Except there is all these have got a particular plural or other things here. So after this, S is added to the plural or that third person singular verb or that this apostrophes. S is added. S, Z, S. So we can see what are the words. Words ending in these sounds. Bus. Buses. This is bus. No, S, but is. This is. Also, buses. So because S comes in this category, these 5 exceptions are there. Even we don't bother about whether it is voiced or voiceless. So except these, we can apply the other rule to the 2 rules we have studied. But after these sounds, we have to use S. Then rose, roses, rose, roses, bush, bushes, bushes, bush, bushes, church, ch sound, church, churches, church, churches. Then catch, that is a verb, third person singular verb here, catches. This is catch, catches. So catches, catches. After these sounds, S is added to pronunciation. Plural of these and singular subverb is pronounced as apostrophe S is also pronounced as is. So these are the 3 rules in the case of plural suffixes, apostrophe S, and also third person singular verb. S is added if the root ends in voiceless sounds. Except S, Sh and Ch. Then Z is added if the root ends in vowels or voiced consonants. Vowels or voiced consonants, Z is added. After these 5 categories, the root ends all these sounds is added. So that is the rule in the case. So when you transcribe, this rule must be kept in mind. When you transcribe words, the rules must be kept in mind. Because if you are asked to transcribe bags, so you have to write like this. Bags, because g is a voiced sound, so bags. So remember that. Now next we can see the past tense. Past tense, the use of past tense. Again, past tense forms, that is also suffix we can see. Same as this plural error to. To is used if the verb or root ends in voiceless sound. If the root or the verb ends in voiceless sounds, to is added. That is helped. Past tense of helped. So this is helped, because p is a voiceless sound. Then cooked. This is cook. K is a voiceless sound, cooked. Then reached. This is reached. Then loft. This is loft. Then bathed. This is bath. Then bathed. So that is the rule in the case of past tense. That is, all these verb ends in voiceless sound. So to is added to make it past tense. The pronunciation of these past forms. Now, do is added. Do is added after vowels and voiced consonants. This is what do is after voiceless consonant. Do is added after voiced consonants and also vowels. Rubbed. This is rubbed. B is voiced. Rubbed. Begged. This is begged. G is voiced. Then forged. Forged. We can have pronominated forged. Then amazed. 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 Then called. Verb. This is called. Well, after vowel, freed. This is free. Ends in vowel here. Free. So vowel is also voiced. Freed. Then prayed. There is this is prayed. So a vowel. So D is used after that. So this is the second rule we have to study. After all voiced sounds and vowels, the verb ends in that. D is used. Voiceless to. Now there is also exceptions. If the root ends in t or d. T is voiceless, d is voiced. We can use id or id. Id or id is used. The verb ending in t and d. There is exception here. There is a want, wanted. We can write it wanted or wanted. Wanted, better to use like this, wanted. Both are correct. Wanted or wanted. Limit, limited or limited. Limited or limited. Id or ed. There is after t and d. Now you can see d. Mend. Mended or mended. Both are correct. You can use mended or mended. Divide, divided. This is D, this is Y, this is D, divided or divided. So divided or divided. So after t and d, you can use id, either id or id. So better to, just like our pronunciation, we don't pronounce it mended, we pronounce as mended. So you can use this. Relate. Related. This is relate and this is related. So when you write the transcriptions also, you have to keep this whole in mind. So when you are asked related, write like this. There is a divide, divided or divided. So these are the rules of this plural suffixes and also past tense forms. The pronunciation of plural suffixes or apostrophe s and also third person singular verb forms. Then in the case of past tense, we can have these pronunciations. T after voiceless sound, d after voiced consonants and vowels, then id or id after the verb ends in t and id. These are the main rules. So keep it in mind. We can have the remaining in the next class. Thank you.